Hi guys, and welcome back to the next part of analysing the Companions Tarot cards for the upcoming Veilguard. The next character we're looking at is Davrin, the Grey Warden. When we look at his card, we can clearly see he's a warrior. He has a shield and a sword. We can also see his animal companion, the griffin, flying into the sky. And what's very interesting is Davrin seems to be standing in front of the sun, almost eclipse-like. Looking at the moon card, it clearly shows the moon, and it shows animals. However, there's no warrior connection here. There's no swords, there's no shields. So I don't feel the moon is the best fit for Davrin. This gives us two other options. We could go to a minor arcana card, such as the Knight of Swords. Minor arcana cards are the usual suits we know: hearts, diamonds, clubs and spades. However, in tarot, clubs are normally wands or staves. Spades are swords or blades. Hearts are cups or goblets, and diamonds are pentacles or coins. So turning to swords, swords normally illustrate logic, wisdom and intellect. They can also mean challenges and conflict. And as we can see from the card that was used in Inquisition, the Knight of Swords that was used for Cullen, this was used to illustrate movement and the challenges that he faced. And this could be a good card to fit Davrin. We can see the sword, we can see the movement. The other card that could be is Strength. This was used in Inquisition for Cassandra, and as can be clearly seen, shows an animal, either a lion or a horse. And in Davrin's card, he's got his griffin. And Strength shows power, energy, courage and honour, all of which covers a Grey Warden very clearly. The next companion we're looking at is Taash, who is a member of the Lords of Fortune. It's a very green card with flashes of red, gold and white. Red with either ribbons or snakes that wrap around her body and in the background, and gold from coins both on her outfit and in the background. Turning to look at the tarot cards that would suit Taash, the obvious one is the Wheel of Fortune, because she's a member of the Lords of Fortune. It does contain a snake, illustrating the ribbons or snakes in the background of the card. However, there's not much else here that would suit. The second card is the World, and was used for Vivian in Inquisition. It contains red ribbons. It also contains clouds in the background, which is also shown in Taash's card. However, there's a lot going on in the World card, and I don't think it fits Taash. The third possible option is a minor arcana card, looking at the coins or the pentacles. Coins and pentacles are like diamonds in a standard deck of cards. In tarot, they illustrate merchants, materials, matters and possessions. And I think this fits Taash for what we know about her, which at the moment is very little. A very exciting character once we know more. The next companion we're looking at is Lace Harding from the Inquisition. Harding's card is quite muted, in very soft browns and green colours, unlike a lot of the other companions, which is very bright and striking. She holds her bow with almost feathers coming off of it, and the background is quite naturalistic. There's trees that sort of reach into the sky, rolling hills, and maybe a moon in the background. The only card that seems to fit at all is the Moon card. When we look at Harding, there almost seems to be crescents on her armour. and the naturalistic background with trees and moon fit quite nicely the moon card. So what does the moon card tell us? It illustrates hidden enemies, danger, darkness, terror, deception, occult forces, and maybe an error. So maybe the mutedness of the colours on Harding's card illustrate a darkness in her story, a mistake she makes, or danger she's going to encounter. The next companion we're looking at is Neve from the Shadow Dragons. In this card we see she sits to the side, one hand raised and the other hand holding her staff, with almost a light in the centre. There's a shadow behind her, and we see Mimratus behind the other shoulder. There are 2 tarot cards I think that would fit this. The first one, the Empress, which was again used for Cassandra in Inquisition. The Empress card shows a seated figure holding an orb or staff with an elaborate headpiece, all of which reflects this card. However, I think there's another card that suits better. The Hermit card shows the side of a figure, staff in one hand and a lantern in the other, which is very similar to Neve's card. We do get the sideways figure. So what does the Hermit card signify? It signifies prudence, treason, corruption, roguery, circumspection. Maybe this fits the Shadow Dragons very well, fighting against the corruption within Tevinter and the Magisters. Turning to Lucanis, the crow, we can clearly see from his picture he holds 2 swords and has daggers on his body, and the card is very purple and black. The black seems to be wings, presumably from the crows, and the purple, which reflects in his eyes and in the background, with almost eyes following him around. We have seen from the trailer that he appears to have purple wings, so the purple on this card is presumably reflecting the magic he uses to fly, to use the wings. Turning to possible tarot cards, we could again look at the swords, the same as Davrin, which cover logic, wisdom and intellect. However, I don't feel this fits his card, despite the 2 swords. I think there's 2 major arcana cards which are much more suited. The first being the World. The World, we can clearly see, holds objects in both hands and a purple ribbon wrapping around the body. This card was used for Vivian in the Inquisition. The World card shows us assured success, a change of place, and flight. The other card that we could look at is Temperance, which shows an angel with wings and a cup in each hand. This card was used for Cassandra in Inquisition. It has wings the same as Lucanis and an object in both hands. But normally Temperance illustrates liquid, as you can see pouring from both the cups. So I feel the World is a much better fit for Lucanis. The last companion card we have to look at is that of Bellara from the Veil Jumpers. This is a very complicated card, very colourful, with lots of hidden elements. On initial inspection, you can see the deep purple colours, blues and greens. She has a ring of triangles around her hand, almost like a flower, which we know transform into a magical bow. Triangles also illustrate the connection with the executors, the mysterious people from across the seas. Because there's so much going on in this card, there's quite a few possible cards that we could link here. The first card is the Fool card. It has the sun in the right hand corner. It has movement, colours, and somehow fits the shape. What does the Fool card mean? It means folly or extravagance and betrayal, but maybe not ideal in this situation. The next card we could look at is the Sun, The Sun card was used for Varian Inquisition. We can see the sun and also the reflection off her face, in much the same way as in the Varian card. What does the Sun card mean? It means contentment, material happiness and fortune. But again, I'm not sure it fits exactly what we're looking for. The next one we could look at is the Star. The Star card was used in Inquisition for Sarah and shows a very bright, colourful card, in much the same way as Bellara. The Star card is also a very positive card with hope and bright prospects, and we've heard that Bellara does look to the bright side of life. The last card is the Queen of Wands, which was also used for Morrigan. It shows a sunflower or a flower in one hand, very similar to the triangles that make up the bow in Bellara's card. What would this card mean? Well, wands and staves show action, initiative, invention and energy, all of which seems to sum up Bellara. So I think this is possibly the best fit for her.